Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do my go-to makeup look. I think that this look can be taken from day to night. It's super glowy and fresh and clean girl vibe. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So I'm going to use my Kosas foundation in the shade Light Cool 150. I love this stuff because it's just so natural looking and it just gives you that beautiful glow. I'm going to use about 2 pumps. We're just going to dab that everywhere. I find that their foundation shades are quite yellowy toned, but this one seems to work, and it's just so lightweight that once you blend it into your skin, it kind of just works. And it kind of just blends itself and, I don't know, mixes in with your natural skin color, and you don't notice it. I just like for my skin to breathe, and I'm much more into skincare than just covering it up with foundation, because I feel like if you take care with your skin, then you don't even really need the foundation, am I right? So that's also why I really love Kosas products, because they're very skincare based. I try to use as many natural products as I can, but I always have to cheat with my Charlotte Tilbury stuff. So now I'm gonna go in with my Kosas concealer, and this is in the shade 1.5C. Just put a little bit under the eyes, just kind of at the corners there. And then I'm gonna do a little bit on the chin just to brighten it up, then a little bit on the forehead, around the nose. Okay. Then I like to go in with this Hourglass concealer brush. Oh yes, I was using the It Cosmetics brush for my foundation. The dual-ended brush, that one is amazing, and I love this Hourglass brush as well. Just gets like right in there underneath your eye, and it makes the application so much easier. Get the forehead. I find that doing this just really helps to brighten up the face, and I like to do over here for just any redness. Give you that nice, even complexion. Okay, now let's see. I'm gonna do my Westman Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit. And pro tip, I just bought myself the little petite version because you're given so much product and you need to use so little. I would never even finish this one probably before it expires. So there's no reason to buy the full version. Pro tip. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna do the cheekbones. Obviously, I like to do it a little bit above the cheekbones to give you that lifted look. Okay, then we're gonna do some on the forehead, just like that. And then a little bit for the jawline. Chisel things up, and then a little bit on the nose. What brush do I want to use for that? I'm gonna go with I like to use the It Cosmetics eyeshadow brush for that, actually. I think I'm gonna use the skinnier side, because I hate when I just do too much on the nose. Okay. Just like a really light application. I'm not super skilled at this, so. Okay. Don't you just love how this looks beforehand? Right, and now we are just gonna blend that in. And I'm gonna use this Hourglass brush again. I will link everything that I use down below. I find that this contour stick is super natural looking on my skin tone. It's not too orangey, but it also doesn't pull too gray. It's just kind of that perfect in between. And it's hard to find a shade that really works with my skin tone, as I'm sure any of you out there know who have more fair skin. It can be pretty difficult to find something that doesn't make you look orange or, you know, like I don't want to look like I have stripes on my face and like I put on way too much contour. We want it to look like we just rolled out of bed perfect, you know? So now, let me see. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of powder and I'm gonna use my Kosas Cloud Set for that. And I use this in the shade Breezy. And I'm also gonna use this Hourglass brush for that. I just kind of use my brushes for everything when I'm doing my makeup. Less brushes to wash, you know? Okay, go under the eyes, just in the T-zone area, kind of set where we put the concealer. And I like to sometimes go over my eyebrows too, just for when we use that eyebrow pencil. So now I'm gonna do a little bit of, I never know, like, should you do the blush first or the bronzer first? I kind of switch it up. Today I think we're gonna do the blush first. And I'm gonna be using the BareMinerals Gen Nude blush in the shade Call My Blush. I've really been wanting to try a cream blush, but I'm not really sure which one to go with. So if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down below for me. But right now we're just sticking with powder. And I'm gonna go in with this It Cosmetics Soft Focus Blush brush. And let's tap that off because I can go a little blush crazy, can't we all? I'm just gonna. And I like to just lift the cheekbones with the blush. So I try not to be dragging it down too much, like under that contour line. That's a mistake I used to make. I think that we all were guilty of doing blush like just on the apples of our cheeks. And to be honest, I think it's so much fun, so much more fun just to apply it like that. But since I've been watching a lot of makeup tutorials, they all seem to say like, no, put it above the cheekbone and lifting and not too close to the apples because then it will drag down your face. I'm not 100% sure. This is just what I've been told. Now we'll do this side. And I love this color because again, it's just super subtle and natural looking and nothing crazy. And then I could go a little blush heavy and no one will notice. Sometimes at the end, after I do that with the blush, then I'll just take whatever's left on my brush and do a little bit on the apples, but like pretty high up. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with our Lawless bronzing powder, the Lawless Summer Skin Velvet Matte Bronzer, and I have the shade Golden Hour. I feel like this product is not really talked about much, and it should be. It's such, if you have fair skin like me, it's such a natural, beautiful color. It's not too orange. As you can see, I'm almost out of it. I've been wanting to try the House Labs bronzer as well. I hear so many good things about it. So again, we want to keep the face lifted. So we're not gonna go under this cheekbone line that we made. The cheekbone that we drew, you know? And I just like to go up a bit. That. Let's get that other side. Okay. And now let's do the forehead. I like to just tap it in like this, especially because I use a lot of glowy base products. I'm just inside today, but if I was going to be leaving the house, I would have on my sunscreen under all of this, and it just can get pretty greasy. And then when you try to put a powder over it and just brush like this, it doesn't really work. So that's why I'm just used to doing those tapping motions, but I guess today it works. So I feel like this contour needs a little bit more blending. This is the first time I've ever done makeup just looking into a phone camera, so just bear with me. Okay, so now we're gonna go do the jawline a little bit. Make sure we run it down our neck so that it doesn't look like we have a mask on. That is the worst. I hate to see that. Just like, oh, girl, blend, please blend. Okay, so now we're gonna do brows, right? So I'm gonna be using the Kosas Brow Pop, and this one is in the shade, I have the box somewhere, Taupe. They just recently came out with the Brow Pop Nano, which everybody seems to be loving, but I don't know, I think that this is small enough, and I don't want something smaller. That's gonna take me more time to do my makeup. Like, I feel like the bigger one is just gonna get it done quicker, and I'm fine with this one. Just gonna fill in very lightly. I used to make the mistake when I was younger of filling in my brows too much or using a color that was too dark for me. Normally I would go with like just a soft, I used to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills in soft brown, and oh my gosh, it just looked crazy when I look back at pictures. So now using this taupey color is definitely much better for me. I would say always go a shade lighter than your hair actually is, because you don't want to have that drawn in look. That's just not cute. This is the eyebrow that got over plucked. So needs a little extra help. Alrighty. Then I like to just take the other side and I'll brush them out real quick, which we're gonna do anyway with the brow gel. I'm also using the Kosas brow gel. Can you tell how much I love Kosas? Kosas, sponsor me, please. And I just love this packaging. Okay, brows done. Now I'm gonna do, let's see. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of eyeliner, and I don't like to put the eyeliner directly onto my eyes. I prefer to just use a little angled brush like this one. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills dual-ended brush number 12. And I'm gonna take my BareMinerals Mineralist eyeliner in the shade Onyx. Ooh. So I'm just gonna screw it up. Almost thought I had none left there. And just take a little bit here. I've experimented with so many different types of eyeliners, but I just always seem to go back to pencil. I think it looks the most natural. And I'm just gonna create, just very lightly at the corner, a slight little wing, just like that. Just mainly at the corner into the center. I think and it does not have to be perfect, because once you put your mascara on, you won't even notice. I think we've all been there before, that we just make a mistake on one eye, or you just put a little bit too much, then you have to put a little bit more on the other eye, and you just keep drawing and drawing and trying to go with it, and it ends up looking crazy. So I try to be really careful with the eyeliner. Let's take a little bit more now for the other side. I feel like it just gives you a little subtle lift at the eye, and I think it makes a big difference in your makeup. I don't always do this for like a daytime look, but what the hell? Let's go with it. Okay. Alrighty. I think they look pretty even. Cool. So now we're gonna go in with mascara. And I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara in just the regular black shade. I know everyone's been loving the brown shade, but I'm just not a brown mascara girl. I've tried it and I do not like how it looks. I don't like to put on too much, and I like to focus it on the outer corner of my eye to give that lifting effect. I feel like everything with makeup is just, you know, lifting. You want to lift everything. Okay. Okay. And now we are on to the lips. So I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Pillow Talk. This has just been my go-to forever, and I refuse to use anything else. I refuse to even try anything else, okay? I'm just gonna lightly overline. This is the closest shade that I've found to my actual lip shade. So I'm able to, you know, cheat a little bit and get away with it. I also try to just really overline in the middle, because once you start overlining the entire lip, it just looks so unnatural and drawn on. So we're gonna go over the Cupid's bow a little bit more. And then underneath here. Ooh, I totally forgot. Sometimes I like to contour under the lip, but I forgot. It's fine. We'll do it next time. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. And this is, again, a little mini product that I just got for free as like a free sample with my Sephora order. But once I finish this guy, I will definitely be buying the full size. And I like to just dab it. I don't like to just fully go over my lips. Dab, dab, dab. And then I'll just dab with my fingers a bit, so that the lip liner is not looking unnatural and everything blends together. We remember the importance of blending on this channel. Oh my goodness. I forgot my lip gloss. I'll be right back. And this is like my favorite product. This is the Colorescience Lip Shine. It's an SPF 35 lip gloss, so you're protecting your lips from the sun, and it's in the shade Pink, and it's also just the prettiest lip gloss. It stays all day, even throughout eating, and it makes your lips look so plump and juicy. I just love that shade. And I just, you know, keep adding more and more, because why not? Oh, that was flattering. Okay, so this is the final finished look, you guys. What do you think? I think it's just super natural, everyday vibe, but you could also totally wear it at night. maybe just do a bit of eyeshadow. I'm not super big on eyeshadow during the day. I'm a little bit too lazy for that, you know? But yeah, this is the look. And pretty much my go-to. So I hope that you guys like this video. Please comment down below any suggestions that you have for future videos. If you want to see more makeup looks or more fashion videos, please let me know. And thank you so much for watching.